All right, hey, what's up, AJT fam, and all my other traders out there? This is the last day that I am broadcasting from the southern border. Um, we got our last celebration today. We got to run across to Juarez, and we're going to be partying in Juarez, celebrating the life of who we call El Grande. He was the the matriarch of our family. Everybody loved him to death. He was larger than life. But it's been a great couple of days, being with family and all of that. It's just incredible. But let's get to our recap here. So I'm going to address one of the questions that I've been getting. And it's like, when should I get out of a losing trade? I see you hold through a lot of losing positions, only to come out a winner on most of them. As we know, all trades don't work. So some don't work out. But, you know, my short answer is technical analysis. This is where you need to get this, this is where you need to be in your trading. What you need to work to be able to trust your ability to read the price action and trust what the chart is telling you. Believe it or not, this is risk management. This is risk management. If you do not have the ability to read the chart and to understand price action and technical analysis, then your risk management is not going to be a winning one. Because, like I've said time and time again, going into a trade and is, um, all you're thinking about is, 2 to 1 or 3 to 1 or 4 to 1, and you're ignoring what the chart's telling you, it's a losing position. Okay, it's good when you're just learning and you're trying to establish, some discipline and, understand that. But once you get to the point where you can read your chart, then that has to change if you're ever going to make money. Um, but just because you're down in a trade, it doesn't mean it's a losing trade. So don't get that concept twisted. All right. If a trade is technically broken, then it's a losing trade and you should exit it. If a trade is beyond your max risk point, it's a losing trade and it's time to exit. But the key is having your max risk point outside of the normal volatility of a stock. Because if you get caught up in normal volatility, you're not basing that max risk off of any technical analysis. It's just an arbitrary number that you come up with. And again, that just doesn't make sense. All right. So the process that I use and I teach is using technical analysis. And that's what you see every day. And we'll talk about it a little bit on the trade we're going to review. Now, on the other hand, if you're in a trade and it starts to change your mood or disrupt your attitude and you don't have a way to address that, then you get out of the trade. Okay, if you're in a trade and it begins to take your peace away, then get out of the trade. What's happening is the trade is becoming your boss. It's taking your soul. And you've given the trade power over you. And that's bad. And that's usually when the wheels come off and our trading becomes a wreck. Now, you see me take trades off before it's technically broken. And that's usually because I had an unrealistic expectation when I took the trade and it's not meeting it. And I'm not able to get that out of my mind, so I have to get out of it, even if it's not technically dead. Um, and again, that's the process. What I try to teach you and to get you to use, especially as we go through the trader mindset program. So that's what it's all about. Is having a process to deal with these issues when a trade's not going the way you want it. And instead of bailing out because what you think or how it makes you feel, let's flip the script on it. Let's have a process that can get you back in control, that you can take control of the trade again. But if you can't, then it's time to get it out, to take it off and get out of it. And it's what you see me do every day. So for NVDA, this is our trade this morning, and you can see it's basically what I went over. I went over the trade earlier this week. Um, I can't remember the ticker, but I went over it step by step, and this is exactly what this is. Okay, you break out the 5-minute opening range. Okay, but the pre-market high was right here. So I have to wait till it takes out the pre-market high. I had my first target set around 472.50 because 470, 475 was going to be the main target. So I got in, it pulled back to break even, so that was a base hit. So we pulled back to the support, what we based the trade off of. It held support, it started to bounce. Here's what we call a reversal hammer. We're listening to the candlesticks tell us what's happening. Here this candle starts to turn around and we, break the high of this reversal hammer here or this signal candle. And, we're buying. We're going to take profit back up as it's going through the high because, whenever we get higher day breaks, you're going to have profit takers. You're going to have algos that are buying the bounce and selling as it breaks through the pre-market high. Then they buy the pullback and they sell it again as it breaks through the higher day. So we're just using, understanding what they're doing and then, taking advantage of it. So here, got profit here. Didn't quite hit the next target, so it pulled back, held the 9 moving average, which is our trailing stop on these trades once they start working. And here we had another little indecision candle, which could signal, the short-term trend reversal, and that's what happened here. And once we got out, took the high of this candle, I added back, got profit again as we went through the high. And here we just kind of fell. It did not get any higher. And so we lost our trailing stop, which is the 9, and we took the trade off. I mean, it's just simple as that. It looks really, really simple, and it is if you have the right mindset. If you're able to trade with the right mindset, meaning you trust the technical analysis, you trust your ability to read the chart, and you have faith that it's going to work more times than not. Because nothing works 100% of the time. Nothing. All right. So the other trade that we have on right now is DG, and this was I got in this yesterday. This was the earnings trade yesterday. Um, we got profit on it yesterday. I think at 131, and it bounced, and I held it overnight. Again, I'm having to trade these as all day holds after the first 2 hours because I have to go. I mean, I am 2 hours ahead of time over here, but by the time it gets 9 or 10 o'clock here, it's time for us to go. That's the schedule that we're on. So here,
SGMO, Sangamo shares popping to the
we got
highs
our next
now,
profit target
up about
here,
14%, sending off Michael
and
Oscar.
we're just nailing profit targets. My final target on this is 125. Whether it gets there or not, I don't know, but I will have market on close order on this one so that if it doesn't stop me out, because I have a trailing stop here, if it doesn't stop me out, then it'll just close at the end of the day, and then that'll be it. Um, and then I am in EMPH, but I'm just going to keep holding this. I'm waiting for it to turn back around. But I'm going to wait till Monday to kind of assess this and see where I want to go with it. But I've been holding that for several days, so I'm not really ready to make any judgment on it yet. But that's it for today. But remember, guys, you don't want to jump out of a trade just because you think it's losing. It may not be a losing trade. It's not a losing trade until technically it's broken or it has taken out your max. But your max stop needs to, coincide with the technical analysis on the chart. All right, and if you can't do this yet, then that's what you need to work towards. Because you've got to
LVS
graduate
Las Vegas Sands
from the
getting up off to the
beginner.
high,
Um,
45.69,
you have
up
to graduate from that
0.28%.
beginner,
Name of Victor Sandy.
te- the beginner risk management system. You have to graduate from that if you're ever going to make money in here. It's not easy, and this isn't for everybody. That's why a lot of people don't make it. But you at least need to know and understand the reality so that you do have a fighting chance. And that's what I'm teaching you. So we do have a couple of, um, I do have a spot if you're ready to join us. And remember, I can't have but so many people because I do one-on-one mentoring. You get that for free. You get everything for free. So I can't have but so many people. And once it's locked up, it's locked up. But I do have spots for new people coming in. If you want to change your trajectory of your trading in 2024, then this is where you should be. But that's going to wrap it up. I am going to get ready to head to the last day and last day of our celebration. And I will catch up with you guys on Monday morning.